Hey everyone, we have Sthiti on my channel. She's from IIT Kharagpur and recently did a STEP internship this summer. So this video will be very helpful for you to apply for the Google STEP Internship 2025 जिसकी applications almost नवंबर में out हो जाएंगी. So watch this video till the end क्योंकि स्थिति will share her DSA journey, इनका OA या shortlisting resume shortlisting experience कैसा था, इनके resume में क्या क्या चीज़ें थी, हाउ वाज हर इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस, कैसे कैसे इन्होंने प्रिपेयर किया था अपना डीएसए इंटरव्यू के लिए विद स्पेसिफिक रिसोर्सेज शी यूज्ड. So watch the video till the end and Sthiti, let's start this video with your introduction.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. I am Siti Pragya Behra. You can refer me as Siti. And I am an fourth year student, dual degree student of the Department of Computer Science Engineering of IIT Kharagpur. And I have done my STEP internship this year, summer 2025. And after successfully completing the internship, I got the offer as a SWE intern for next like upcoming summer, that is summer 2026. So yeah, that's all about myself.
So first of all, congratulations. And then coming to like past 4 years, your DSA journey. Being a first year student, what doubt we have is like how can we start the DSA and how you started the DSA and what was your approach before the step. Like did you completed your DSA before June? Because as far as I remember, step came for you in the month of November or October, right? So
Yes.
how were you in your DSA journey?
Yeah. So firstly, the programming language that I knew was C++. Like I was introduced to C++ in my 12th standard. But as I was mostly into JE preparation and all that, so it was just like a basic idea of C++ that I had at that time. Then coming to my first year. So first year in IT Kharagpur, so we have this course which is like programming and data structure. So there, that was my first proper exposure to data structures. So I first started with data structures. I had like really no idea about algorithms and all that. So that was a basic course, which like we started, like the course started with simple data structures like we have our arrays, queues, and then we moved on to stacks, queues. And then, like, as that was a basic course, so we only covered till queues, as far as I remember. And so that's when I started practicing simple questions on stacks, queues, and some simple topics like strings, bit manipulation. So that was my first exposure. And then I had not started competitive programming or solving medium or hard level questions at that time. So that was like in my second semester. Then like moving on to the second year, so as being a student of computer science department, so we had this course on algorithms. So in that course it was like we had like starting from basic algorithms to the complicated ones of non-linear data structures like trees, graphs, and all those complicated algorithms like Dijkstra's algorithm and etc. So that's when I started getting exposure more and more to algorithms, how exactly it is, like how necessary it is to have idea on different algorithms so that you can solve questions easily. And so second year is the actual point where I started solving more and more of questions. And I remember like in the mid of third semester I started my competitive programming. So like some of my friends were already like really pro in CP and all that, but I was like just starting out. So I used to like seek help from them and try to understand that how I need to approach questions, developing approach, understanding a question. And like so that's how I moved on to complicated data structures, because in first year it was like easy ones, then second year a bit of higher level, like you start dealing with trees, then you move to graphs, and then you start like working on hashing, and then you see different difficult algorithms, you start working on minimum spanning tree and etc. So
Okay, I want to ask one doubt here
yeah.
before moving to the next part. Like when we are solving the easy level questions, then we are switching to medium level questions. There is a
Yes.
huge difference in the level of questions, easy to medium. And now the students are having the doubt is they are not able to solve the OA questions. Like when they search Google and anything, so OA questions related to any company. So they are not able to solve that type of questions. So what is your approach and what you can suggest to the juniors to solve the questions in the OA specifically?
Yeah. So, firstly, actually, in my step process, I did not have OA round, but generally, like from my seniors and whatever I had heard from them, their first round used to be the OA round, online assessment. So, in online assessment, basically, as far as I know, they generally try to focus on some topics which generally students avoid. Because that's a general perception that we start with difficult ones, because thinking that every company is focusing on trees, graphs, and all that, and we miss out on simple topics like strings. Like highly tricky questions can be formed from strings, and it's like when you are expert in difficult things, you miss out on the easy ones, and that's what generally happens in the current, even in the current scenario, that's what is happening with most of them. So I would say that you should first make your basics strong, as strong as possible, before moving to difficult ones. So like strings, and you have bit manipulation. I mean, people take it very easily, that bit manipulation is very easy, just dealing with zeros and ones. But like really tricky questions can be formed from bit manipulation. And there is also this topic of combinatorics, which is on permutation and combination. So that is also an important topic. So I would suggest that for OA, it's important that you focus on basic stuffs. And then, okay, you can try out some medium level questions on trees and graphs. You don't have to directly jump on hard questions. So, yeah, that would be, and obviously, the continuous practice, and that's how you can crack OA. I do not have exposure to OA, but yeah, by giving CP and all that, this is what I have at least understood,
Yeah,
like
that's why I
related to it.
asked you, like you started the CP in your second year. So you must have the
Yes.
idea what sort of questions are there in the CP contest. So as far as like you know and me also, lead code contest and these code forces contest help a lot in cracking these kind of questions.
Yes.
Okay, so this was about the DSA part. Next, moving to your Google Step internship process. Firstly, tell them the main headings, like your if CV shortlisting happened, then the interview. Like these headings,
Yeah.
first you discuss that, and then we will move to each and every topic in description. Okay, and I also talked about the Google Step hiring process with the off-campus people also who got Step internship via off-campus way. So it is same for the on-campus and off-campus both. So you can hear to Stiti her journey and then you can apply via off-campus way also. So Stiti, tell them like the basic headings only which were there in the hiring process.
Yeah. So this time, the first thing was obviously CV shortlisting. And then after CV shortlisting, like I can also specify the date. Basically, in our campus, it's like we get some on-campus form, which we got like nearly 27th or 28th of November. We had this form that was circulating around, and then people applied using the form. And in the form, we had to give our curriculum vitae, like CV. So after that, 6th December, like you can say, like hardly after a week or two, we received a mail stating that there is an interview prep session. So that's obviously after the CV shortlisting. And after the prep session, in the prep session, it was just basic that they were giving us idea about how we need to prepare for interviews and not to panic and all that. So after that, it was directly interviews. So we did not have, at least this batch did not have any OA round. But the previous batches, they did have OA round.
Till previous
So
batches they were taking the OAs, but last
yes,
year nobody gave the OA, either it was off campus or on campus.
yeah.
So
So
now
that
coming
was
to your CV, your resume, like what you included in your resume, being a second year student, what your juniors can include in the resume, because see, as soon as we like cross the first year, we have this doubt what we write in the resume. We have just crossed first year, so what we should write in the resume. So what can be the tips from your side to get this CV shortlisted in the step?
Yeah, so first thing is that obviously projects. So yeah, then there when this question pops up that we have just completed first year, or we have just in the mid of our second year, how many projects can we have? So at least self projects, like after your first year, when you have a clear cut idea that okay, this is where I want to land up, or this is my goal, I want to crack this internship. So you should have at least started up with self projects, if not working on real life projects, or if you haven't attended any or taken part in any hackathon or something, that's completely okay, because you can at least start up with self projects. That's a basic thing. So you, because in YouTube you'll find many playlists with many people giving different videos on building different things, like whether it comes to web dev or ML, anything. So self projects, I mostly focused on self projects. Like I had nearly 7 to 8 self projects, and I completed all these projects within 1 year, like during the like vacations. Obviously during semesters, like it's very loaded with acads and all that, so it's difficult to find out time. So that is one thing, self projects. And secondly, if you are having any competitions, if you are aware of some competitions going on at that time, so I would really recommend that you need to take part in that, so that you can add that to your CV, and obviously that gives a plus point. And another thing is that you can always watch out for certain coding schools. Like, I mean, because I had attended one from IIT Madras, so that was open to everyone. It was not that only for IITians or only for Tier 1 college students. So it was open to everyone. So you can keep a track of these kind of coding schools, summer dev camps, and all that. So that is helpful. And first year students are eligible for such camps. So you can always keep an eye on that. And yeah, placing your achievements and projects above co-curricular activities is something which is really recommended in CV. And yeah, the more skills you have, the better it is. So you just try to keep expanding your skills. So that is what I mostly focused on.
For the resume shortlisting thing, I can tell you one thing. Last year, I reviewed some of the resumes of my juniors. They got selected into the CV shortlisting round. They got their interviews also cleared. And recently, one of my juniors, she cleared the interview process in the resume shortlisting round of Fidelity Company. So you can get your resume reviewed from me. I'll review your resume. We can increase your ATS score from 60 to 85, 50 to 90. So above 80, 85, and 90, only your ATS score will be good. So you can get your resume reviewed from me. Link is in the description. So Sthiti, next moving to your interview preparation journey. How you prepared for the interviews? And like, did you give any mock interviews or anything else?
So basically, I wanted to give mock interviews. Like I always thought that okay, before my first interview, surely I should have given multiple mock interviews. But this did not happen because for our batch, the step internship ka process it started really early.
It was a big
Because generally,
surprise.
yeah, it was a big surprise because we were expecting Jan or Feb because that's how my seniors had. So we were like, okay, ye chuttiyan, we will be just doing practice, practice, practice. But that did not happen. Instead, it was an interview. So I was happy because I was at home, so you have the safe place and no disturbance and no distraction and all that. But yeah, less time for preparing. So I was not able to give mock interview, but I will surely recommend everyone to give mock interviews. If not by any online platform, if you're not able to attend that, you can at least try to find people around you who can help you in mock interviews. So that's one thing about and the mock interview ka part, and then the interview process, that how I prepared was obviously lead code questions. So you go from easy, then you go to medium, few hard questions. That's how I, because very less time and then covering all topics was like really challenging. So that's how I moved in lead code. And obviously, using filters, filtering out questions on DP, trees, graphs, strings, all those important topics. Like I would obviously recommend that you can people can check out GFG K100 top interview questions,
GFG
10
archive.
important algorithms. Yeah, exactly. So that was really helpful. So that because in short time you get nervous that how will I get resources, how will I get everything when you're not prepared. So yeah, that was really helpful. And coming to yeah, I think yeah, that was how I did my preparation. Yeah, in this short time, this is what I was able to cover.
For the mock interviews also, you can book a session with me. No problem in that. I'll give the link in the description. Okay. So now moving to how many rounds of interviews you had?
So I had 2 rounds of interview.
Okay, both technical, right?
Yes, both technical.
So one doubt came here. Like, did they ask only DSA in the interviews or DBMS oops also?
No, it was only
Only DSA.
DSA, purely DSA. Yeah.
Okay, so let's discuss your each round in detail, the technical round one and the technical round two.
Yes. So the technical round one. So that it was a pretty easy question because I mean, to be frank, it differs. For few of my friends who were also selected for the interview, shortlisted for the interview, for them the first round was difficult compared to the second. But for me, it was not like that. For me, the first round was easier. So we cannot guarantee say that your first round will be easy and second one will be difficult. So that's not sure. You should be prepared that it can be anyway. So my first round was easy because it was a straightforward question. I found it easier because I had practiced a lot on that. So okay, so it was that way easier, I would say. I mean, it was just on simple algorithms. I would say a basic algorithm, so I was able to solve it quickly because, and the interview was really really he was friendly. You can ask them time that I just need few minutes to think over it. So, and that was there. They ask you, the important thing is that you need to be prepared to give all the like all the edge cases. Covering all the edge cases is a really important point. They check on that parameters, that you're covering all the edge cases or not, how correctly you're writing the code, and proper formatting. The thing is that in STEP, we don't write it on any IDE. We write it directly on Google Docs. So you have to maintain the indentation. You should beautify your code and all that. So all that things should be kept in mind, and they check on those parameters. So that was my first round. Second round, I was like pretty difficult. It was really difficult to share my experience. I had never, I mean, I had not solved such a question. It came out from nowhere. It was a really difficult question. But yeah, I was satisfied because I was able to approach the question. I said my approach, and he was fine. He was not fully satisfied because it was a really like it was working on big O and square time complexity, so which generally interviewers do not recommend. So then somehow I started coding. I was not able to finish the code. So when you're not able to finish the code, you automatically your confidence level goes down. So that was the case. But one learning from my second interview was that, which I recommend to everyone, whoever has tried to contact me through LinkedIn, also asking how to give interviews. And, because 45 minutes and solving a difficult, hard question is very challenging. So the important thing that I would share is that comments. What I did is I tried to write my approach because, after all, there is another committee who's going to review your code and
Yes.
accordingly give your marks. So that's why I tried to write wherever I was not able to code, either due to maybe stress, or maybe I was not getting what to code there. I made sure to write comments that this is what I was trying to do there, or this is what this function has to do. Because I had really less time and I was not able to write functions, like helper functions that I had to write. So what I did is I wrote the like function prototype, and then within the comments what it should do. So writing comments is really important, at least when you're not able to code. This is one point that I would like to share. After all, yeah, I had like lost hopes after second interview because of these things, but yeah, it worked out. So
So they asked only one question in each of the interviews.
yeah, they, in my case it was like, yeah, even in case of my friends it was like one question, but you'll have follow-ups. You'll have multiple follow-ups, like at
Okay,
least three
so
to four follow-ups.
they'll keep on giving you multiple edge cases.
Yeah, edge cases, they might change something and say in this scenario what will happen. Same question, but sub questions can vary. So that's how.
And from which topics the questions were, like graph, DP?
My first interview question was on sliding window approach, sliding
Okay.
window
Yes.
algorithm. And my second one was on graphs and trees. It was a mix. I had to convert a graph to a tree. So it was really difficult.
I heard this question before also in the Google interview only.
Yeah, it was like I tried to search so much on the question after the interview, and I realized it was asked once in a telephonic interview of someone who is highly experienced. So I'm like, I'm just a kid, highly experienced person. How am I supposed to think like that?
It generally
So,
depends on the interviewer also what type of question he
yeah.
asks. Okay, so a recent video I uploaded on my channel, he was Ashish and he also got summer internship. But the thing he told me, instead of saying the introduction to the interviewer directly gave him the question and asked him to solve. So did this happen to you also? Like no introduction, directly the code.
No, in both of my interviews, it was like I was asked to introduce myself. I introduced, and then it was directly
So
question.
how
What
you
I was
introduced?
expecting. I just started telling that my name and what I'm like, my like which college I belong to, and I just added upon that what projects I've worked on, and one or two of my achievements, like which you think is really would be helpful for your post for your internship. So those two achievements, like
Major achievements.
competitions. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Stiti, this was from my side, but before ending the video, any tips and tricks from you to your juniors who are going to apply to Google STEP internship this October or November?
Yeah, sure. So, firstly, I would say, uh, as I just mentioned previously, comments. And if you're not able to solve, because that is what I think has really helped me reach my dream, get my dream internship. So, the first thing is if you're not able to complete the code, do not panic. At least write your approach within the comments so that the person who reviews your code has an idea that this is what you had approached. He or she would appreciate that if the question is difficult and you're still able to think in that way. So, that's a good sign. Second thing, practice a lot of questions. It's not necessary that you would be good in CP, because I myself am not really good in CP. I don't have a really good CF score or something. But then you should just keep make it a habit that weekly, at least once, you give a contest, and just the other days you keep practicing multiple lead code questions. If you are tired of lead code at some point and you want to solve like a story type question, really long question, to increase your patience,
Go to
then
code
you can go
forces.
with. Exactly. You get those big questions. You can just spend hours solving it. So that is another tip. And thirdly, proper CV. I think, yeah, because CV shortlisting, some of my really good friends, like who have really higher CG than me, did not pass the CV shortlisting. So I was in shock when I came to know, because they have really good. They're good in CP. They have really good CG more than me, and still not getting shortlisted. So it's obviously traumatizing. So I was traumatized when I heard that. So CV is like really important. I would say that you can, from people whom you know are really good in that, you can get recommendations from them. So, and yes, practice a lot to write code in Google Docs, because I would say start it from now. So this will be helpful. So that is one thing that I would say. And lastly, just a motivational one, that trust yourself, trust your hard work, and that's really gonna work.
अगर डीएसए करा है, लाइक 500 700 लीड कोड क्वेश्चंस करे हैं, देन यू कैन हैव चांस टू गेट क्लियर द स्टेप इंटर्नशिप, राइट?
यस। हाँ, अगर पूरा समझ के करा है एंड सब याद रखा है, अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस किया, देन 500 इज लाइक रियली गुड।
हाँ, वही क्वालिटी ग्रेटर देन क्वांटिटी वो रखा है, देन यू कैन क्लियर द
हाँ,
इंटर्नशिप.
या
Yes.
श्योर।
So, okay, Sthiti, thank you for coming and recording this video. Thanks a lot to you.
Thank you, Pasan. It's a pleasure connecting with you. I never thought, let me tell you this. During my preparation, I used to go through your videos. I mean, there was this Uber C++ ka video you had recorded with someone. I don't remember the name of the
Purvi,
participant though. Yeah, exactly. And then there was also with another one. I just was seeing step internship ka video itself last year, I
Upasna
guess.
Singh.
Okay. I thought maybe I was wrong. Her name is Upasana Singh. Yeah, I went through those videos before my step, and I never thought that I would have this opportunity to connect with you in your channel. Really, thanks a lot.
No problem, bro. All the best for your future and keep connected. And thank you for recording the video.
Thank you.